Hello Year 10, today's session is looking at efficiency. Before we start, you're going to need a pen, a pencil, a ruler and a calculator. So if you haven't got either of those, just pause this video now and go and get them. Once you've got them, you write the title of efficiency on your lined piece of paper, underline it with a ruler, just the same as you would do if you were in a normal lesson. Then the first task is for you to write out the energy transfer diagram that you can see in front of you. That's the energy transfer diagram for a light bulb. So you'd write it out as it is, please, on your pieces of paper. What I would like you guys to do when you've done that is to label the useful and the non-useful energy transfers that are occurring in this diagram. So think about a light bulb, think about why we have light bulbs, what we want them to do. Look at the energy the energy transfers that's happening. So we've got light waves and thermal energy. Which of those is useful? Which one do we want our light bulb to do, and which one is non-useful? So on your diagram, on your piece of paper, you need to clearly mark which one is useful and which one is non-useful. Okay, so today's lesson is all about efficiency, but before we go any further and actually look at how we calculate efficiency, we need to understand exactly what we mean by that word. So efficiency is essentially the amount of useful energy output from a device. So the more useful energy output we have, the more efficient a device will be. Okay, now in terms of calculating efficiency, we can calculate it quite simply using this formula. So energy efficiency as a percentage, we calculate it by doing a simple calculation of useful output energy in joules divided by the total input energy, and then we multiply it by 100 in order to turn this into a percentage. Now the useful energy and the total energy need to both be measured in joules, and therefore because we've multiplied by our 100 at the end, this we would give as a percentage. Okay, so we're just going to go through a example type question that you may be likely to come across. I'm going to talk you through the efficiency of a light bulb. So what we have is a filament bulb which is supplied with 150 joules transferred by an electric current. 45 joules are transferred by light waves and the rest is transferred to the surroundings. Okay, the first thing we need to calculate then is how much non-useful energy transfer is there. Well, if we start with 150 joules and 45 is being transferred as light waves will be the useful energy transfer, the rest will be the non-useful. So non-useful would equal total 150 minus 45, which gives us non-useful energy transfer of 105 joules. Now, next thing we need to work out is what form then is this non-useful energy transfer. What would we be expecting as the non-useful energy transfer? Now, for a light bulb, the non-useful energy transfer is thermal. So there will be an energy transfer to the thermal store of the surroundings, and you'll know this if you've ever tried to change a light bulb that's been recently turned on. The light bulb is warm. Light bulbs get hot, or filament light bulbs do anyway. Okay, so now we want to calculate the efficiency of the bulb. So the efficiency, therefore, is simple calculation of useful divided by total. So 45 divided by 150 multiplied by 100, and that gives us 30%. Okay, if you need to rewind this video to go back over this example, please do that now. You don't have to write any of this down. This is just here to help you, because on the next slide there are some questions for you to answer on your pieces of paper. Okay, so hopefully the example is nice and clear for you, and you're feeling confident about calculating efficiency. What you can see in front of you now are 4 questions for you to calculate the efficiency. So remember, the equation to calculate efficiency would be useful divided by total, and then you times it by 100 to turn it into a percentage. Okay, so on your pieces of paper then, you don't have to write these questions. I just want you to write A, B, C and D to show you're working, and eventually to write your answer as a percentage. So we're looking at efficiency, useful divided by total, multiplied by 100. If you're struggling, rewind this video so that you can go back and look at the example I've just been through. But at the end of this lesson, I expect to see 4 answers to these 4 questions written on your pieces of paper. Okay, last activity then is, again, all to do with efficiency. However, this time you're not calculating efficiency. You are given efficiency. What you need to do is work out the total energy supplied. So essentially, this equation that you've got at the top, you'll need to put into a triangle. And then you'll need to cover total energy using your finger. And you'll need to carry out the correct calculation in order to work out the total energy supplied. So again, on your pieces of paper, I expect to see just 1, 2, 3 and 4, not the questions written out, but you're working out and your answer, please. When you've done those 4, take a screenshot, take an image, a picture of your work for today's lesson and upload that to ClassCharts, please. Thank you.